The Greek word that we sometimes translate as to have faith or believe, it's the same word, and it typically means more something like to trust, right? So, I mean, the same word, for example, that talks about, believing in Jesus, that same word believe, when it's spoken of God, is not, God doesn't believe in Jesus, but God is faithful. So it's not just so much having a belief system in your head, it's believing that Jesus or God is faithful. And that's what it means to have faith. It means to trust in the faithfulness of God. So yeah, it doesn't just mean have these ideas in your head, and if you get the ideas straight, you'll be fine. When someone says to Jesus, I believe, help my unbelief. It isn't like I'm having this intellectual thing going on in my head. It's like, help me to trust you. I trust you, but I'm having a hard time trusting you. It's not an intellectual process. It's an all-in sort of process.
It's an anti-intellectual process.
It's a trans-intellectual process. It's never reduced to the intellect merely. Nothing in life is reduced to the intellect merely. But it's emotive, it's visceral, it's our existence. It's the trust fall where you have to put your hands like this and actually fall backwards and feel that fear until somebody actually catches you on the other side. It's not believing they will catch me, but I'm not going to fall back. I just have belief that this person will. And that belief is a good belief because that person's not going to let you fall. They don't want to get sued. They don't want to mop up the blood, right? They're going to catch you, but it's different when you have to let go of the control, which is why you fold your arms like this, right? You don't do this, you do this, because you have to absolutely trust in that person to catch you, right? Help my trust. I trust, help me trust, because it's not easy right now. That's normal. I think that's a normal expression of faith. It may not be what's always there. There are many times you feel like, I really do trust God right now. That's fantastic. I'd even say that's the goal. But most people aren't there all the time. And when you're not there all the time, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken. You don't need to be fixed or glued back together again or yelled at by somebody for not doing it right. That is a part of the path of faith that the Bible itself models for us. Not all the time, but enough times. Walter Brueggemann, the Old Testament theologian, talks about the Bible's core testimony and the counter testimony. The core testimony is where things are working out. This is how life works. Do this, this will happen. The counter testimony is a book like Job or Lament Psalms or Ecclesiastes that says, hold on, it's not working. It doesn't work like that. And I'm going to challenge the ultimacy of that core narrative and say things don't always work like that. Built into the structure of the Bible itself is that struggle with reality, and solving it is not the point, but by faith trusting God to live in it. I think that's the point.
What does trust grow? What does trust grow?
What does trust grow? I think trust, I can only speak for myself. Not that I've reached some...
Speak for everything for all time?
Okay, I'll try. I want to get paid though if I do that. So I think what trust grows is a sense, don't knock it till you tried it. I think trust grows a peaceful life where you're not at war inside of you and you're not at war with other people. I think people who really trust God are great people to live with and engage with. And I think people who, maybe whose life of faith is rooted more in a fear of what will happen, which I understand very well because, look up, number 6 on the Enneagram, that's me. And so when I read that, I said, oh, it's like they've known me my whole life. How fear can dominate an existence, and it doesn't work well because fear usually breeds some sort of anger or I think even hostility, and even if the hostility is passive aggressive, right? Like, this is not psychobabble, this is how people relate to each other. And if you're rooted in a fear instead of a trust, you will act out of that core thing that makes you tick. And learning to trust means learning to let go. When you trust another, you're letting go of control of that other. And I think that's how we are to commune with God, and then, and with other people as well. Actually, practicing that with other people helps you sort of do that with God, and doing that with God helps you do that with other people better. I mean, deep down, who doesn't want to live a peaceful life? Not everything goes well, but whatever happens, there is a peace. Even if it gets, as it always does in our human drama, it gets knocked off its kilter and it falls down, but there's enough of a momentum there, it can eventually get back up again. I mean, who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that peace, a sense of peace and serenity? Not happy, just peace.